All right, this is The Paradox of Joe Bartolozzi by Colton Connelly. Let me say before I get into this, I fucking love watching Joe Bart. I watch him before I go to sleep. Bro, it'd be sometimes that I'm about to go to sleep while watching him, and I'm like, damn, I kind of want to stay up for this video, but I'm so tired, bro. I end up falling asleep anyway. But the point is, I watch Joe Bart a lot, bro. He's not one of my real inspirations, but I fuck with him a lot. He's a great fucking streamer. He's great at what he does, and I don't think there's anything he can do better, bro. He's doing very well as he is. Anyway, let's get into this video about Joe Bart.
This is Joe Bartolozzi. Loud, raging, screaming. And online, that's how you win. Bigger reactions, bigger personalities, losing control on purpose. The algorithm rewards the loudest version of yourself. And for a while, Joe looked exactly like that. He wore a white beanie, a wife beater, and yelled at things. That was the Joe Bart character. But there's another side of him that most creators never show.
I do not currently believe in a singular or one God.
Honest, authentic, and philosophical.
I don't know who I am.
A side of him that, on paper, shouldn't work. I mean, when you're getting 20 million views a video, you don't quit TikTok and switch your major to philosophy. But Joe did, because he decided he wasn't going to let the algorithm force him into a box. And somehow, despite becoming the opposite of who the internet...
Same thing as Marlon. He didn't want the internet to force him into a box, so he decided he has to get a whole new audience on a different platform for a different reason. Like Joe Bart, his audience was there for the loud side of things, but he didn't want that to be his whole thing. So he ended up showing his real side, philosophical, all that. Feel me? Marlon, his audience at first loved the way he looked. Feel me? They were there only for the looks, so that wouldn't really transfer over to making money on Twitch or anything like that because they're there for the way you look. They're not there to hear you talk and do all that other shit. You know what I mean? So they had the same problem. They were forced into a box, bro. They were forced into a box on the internet, and it's not easy to get out of that box whenever you're forced into it. You know what I mean? For me, I had that same thing, like I said in the Marlon video. The box I was forced into was Valorant queues with viewers, okay? That's not what I want. I don't want that. I want people to be there for me, want to hear me talk, this, that, the third, okay? So we have to stop that and focus on this. You know what I mean? I think the way Joe Bart did it was great because, well, as you can see, it transferred really well statistics-wise and authenticity-wise. You could go to a Joe Bart stream and you will have a very authentic man just talking about things. He talks about a lot. He has very good takes on things, and he's a very smart person. But the way he started on the internet wouldn't ever let anyone see that side of him. So I really respect that he didn't want the internet to know him for being loud, obnoxious, this, that, the third. You know what I mean? I'm glad that he went to the philosophical side of things and really showed his true character, his authentic character. You know what I mean? It's a great thing.
And somehow, despite becoming the opposite of who the internet tells creators they're supposed to be, he's completely rebuilt himself into one of the most authentic streamers on the planet. How did that happen? Well, it definitely wasn't overnight.
Hey, yo!
Joe Bartolozzi, or as the internet knows him, Joe Bart, was born on February 6, 2002, and raised in small...
We got the same birthday! What the fuck? Me and Joe Bart got the same birthday! That's fire! That must mean I'm gonna be fucking philosophical as fuck on Twitch.
Town, New Jersey. He ran track and field in high school, and he was good. I mean, he was really good. But he was even better at one thing. Entertainment.
Why the entire outside of your toilet is covered in
Joe understood the strategy to going viral better than anyone else. The early days of TikTok didn't just change content, it changed attention itself. TikTok rewarded interruption. You had seconds, literally seconds, to make someone stop scrolling before they were gone forever. And Joe's high-octane style was built for this moment. His content exploded. Loud storytelling, rage clips, unfiltered reaction that didn't give you time to think before you were already laughing. The views started climbing into the millions. And slowly, the white beanie, the wife beater, and the loud crowd.
What the fuck was that? Yo, I think I got ghosted and shit. Like I said, bro, breaking pencils on TikTok. He's the guy.
Crash outs that stopped becoming just content. It became identity. Joe Bartolozzi had become a character, and after a while, a character he didn't want to be anymore.
It was a character, right, that I had to put on, and I hated it.
But what Joe didn't realize was that he was trapping himself in the exact place he didn't want to be. Once the internet associates you with a specific version of yourself, it rarely lets you escape it. Let me explain. Every big creator has a bit, a trait that makes them instantly recognizable in a crowded feed. Adapt never misses a trick shot. Queso is fat.
Proof that I'm skinny. No!
Los has a chipmunk voice. It basically is the blueprint to get...
Yo, the comedic timing on that Queso clip is fucking crazy, bro. Proof that I'm skinny, and it fucking breaks right when he says this.
in a crowded feed. Adapt never misses a trick shot. Queso is fat.
Proof that I'm skinny. No!
Los has a chipmunk voice. It basically is the blueprint to get viral clips. Find the thing you're known for and play into it. The internet doesn't reward complexity at a first glance. It rewards having an instantly recognizable identity. And at the beginning, it feels like a cheat code. The numbers go up, the clips circulate faster, people recognize you in public. You're known for something. But over time, and exactly like it did for Joe, something starts to shift. The bit stops feeling like something you perform and starts feeling like something you owe. What you have to do to get views. And this is what happened to Joe.
That person in that facade I had to do to create that character actually became me.
The anger, the yelling, the beanie, losing control of his emotions on camera. It stopped being a choice and started becoming an expectation. A costume Joe had to put on the moment the camera turned on. And the longer it went on, the harder it became to tell where the character ended and where the real Joe began. That's the trap of overnight success. Stay consistent, stay recognizable, stay inside the box the algorithm rewarded you for, until it becomes impossible to leave. But when Joe was faced with this blueprint, he didn't follow it. This is someone pulling hundreds of millions of views off his rage reaction content, in a system that rewards repetition above anything else. Most creators at that point would optimize the character. They sharpen it, they scale it, and make it more extreme. Joe did the opposite.
Late 2021, I snapped out of it, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
He switched his major from exercise science to philosophy, started live streaming and posting long videos on YouTube. The same guy who once yelled about how to pronounce the word cran was now debating free will with his chat, breaking down religion, existentialism, free will, the problem of evil, a new side of Joe nobody had ever seen. And this
crazy fucking 180, dog. Crazy fucking 180.
This is where he realized exactly why reinventing yourself isn't easy. 25 million followers on TikTok, 2.2 billion likes, but when his first live stream went live, only 500 people tuned in. Now don't get me wrong, this is good for a new streamer, but it wasn't the hype that Joe was expecting. But he started building quickly, and people came to like this new side of Joe. And once people understood him, that relationship changed entirely. They weren't just watching a character anymore, they were
See, but that's exactly what live streaming is. Makes sense? It's the most It's the It's the most authentic side of any creator because it's live, gang. Literally, it's in the name. It's live streaming. There's no time for backstage acts. Like when I'm here sitting in front of you on this camera. This is the most authentic piece of me that you will ever see compared to me on a TikTok. Me doing some dumb shit just for the views and the clip farms. You know what I mean? Like, all of this is giving you an insight on who I am and into my life, literally. That's the biggest thing about being a content creator. Everyone has an insight on your life. I'm glad I'm a small content creator because people don't really know what I'm got going on.
Watching his authentic self changed entirely. They weren't just watching a character anymore, they were watching his authentic self. And that shift changes everything. His Twitch and YouTube kept growing off that shift. 5,000 average viewers turned into 10,000, then more. Long-form streaming gave something TikTok could never. Space. Space for deep, meaningful conversation. Space for contradiction. Space for moments that don't resolve in 15 seconds. It gave Joe the space he needed to show this new side of him that the short-form algorithm never captured. But the part of Joe's story that most people connect with the most is also what cost him the most.
And then this is where you kind of hit a crossroads.
The internet romanticizes authenticity, but authenticity is dangerous online. The second your content stops being a character and starts becoming your actual thoughts, your actual emotions, your actual life, the line between creator and person starts disappearing. And for Joe, this meant letting everyone into the saddest parts of his life.
Bro, I have chatters that deal with this. Like, I've had chatters that have, like, died of cancer. And they're, like, fucking, like, 15, man.
When you play a character, you can eventually turn it off. The stream ends, the costume comes off, and you go back to being yourself. But Joe stopped hiding behind a character years ago, which means the stream keeps following him, even when the cameras aren't rolling. Most creators would hide these personal moments. Vulnerability usually breaks the performance. It ruins the illusion that everything is under control. But Joe leaves these moments in on purpose. That's the difference. When he cries on stream, it doesn't feel like some calculated moment designed for sympathy. When he talks about burnout, loneliness, and fear of death,
And he said, I love you, Joe. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
it doesn't feel like content engineered for engagement. It feels raw in a way the internet usually edits out. And because of that, people stopped feeling like they were watching a content creator. They started feeling like they actually knew him. And that's really the paradox of Joe Bartolozzi. Because on the surface, he looks like the exact type of creator the modern internet was designed for. Loud, chaotic, explosive, which he still is when he wants to be. But underneath all of that is someone almost completely opposite from the character he started out as.
Your life is still worth living, man. You're in high school. You have so many years ahead of you.
Emotional in a way most creators are terrified to be once millions of people are constantly watching them. And yet, that's the exact reason we watch Joe Bart. Thanks for watching, guys.
Wow. W. Joe Bart. I love when people are authentic. I love when people are themselves. I love when people chase their dreams. I love when people don't listen to what has been put in front of them for them to do. You know what I mean? I love when people don't follow the rubric that has been laid out for their life. You know what I mean? I love when people break out of the box that they were put in. That's usually so hard to break out of. I love hearing shit like that because it shows me that me being myself can get me to where I need to be. You know what I mean? Now that I think about it, every single video damn near that I react to ends up talking about inspiration, motivation, but it's the realest thing that I can tell you, bro. That's who I am. I'm a motivator. I'm an inspirer, bro. I'm here to let people dream, bro. That's what I want to do. I want to, bro. You can ask anyone I know, bro. Anyone I fucking know, bro. They will tell you I am the one that says to chase your dream. I am the one that says, don't do that. Don't listen to your parents. Don't go to college. Do what you gonna do. I want to see what you can make happen, bro. Make some shit shake. And if it don't shake, it's on you because you're not shaking that ass hard enough. On me. That's the only reason you wouldn't be able to do anything you would want to do in life. Because you don't do enough. You waste time and get distracted by bullshit, nonsense, fuck anything. Bro, don't waste time, gang. First of all, don't waste time listening to people telling you things that is going to make you waste time. I just had this conversation with my aunt and my mom, two of the most important ladies in my life. They were talking to me and they said I should go to college, whatever, right? It's a serious conversation. And you know what I responded with? I said, why would I go to college if I'm not going to chase that career my whole life? Why would I waste time right now to do that when I can use that time on doing this, which is my content? Why would I sacrifice time that I can put towards my content, towards learning the stock market, towards doing this that I would actually be interested in and I would actually love to live doing? Why would I waste time on something that I'm not even going to do, that I don't even want to do? You know what I mean? One thing, my brother, I remember all the way back in one of my farthest memories. I was living in Jersey City still. I was like 4 years old. I was in kindergarten. My brother had the same teacher as me, but we had two different class periods. They did a project where they had to draw a picture of what they wanted to be in the future and say the name of what it is, obviously. And I remember seeing my brother's thing on the wall, and he wanted to be a soldier, which I have no problem with that, but I love to see that my brother wanted to be a soldier when he was young. He wanted to join the military when he was young. So he did that when he was old. You know what I mean? I'm super glad that he did that. And even though it could be dangerous, it could risk his life and whatever. I don't care too much to look into it. But I'm happy my brother did what he wanted to do. You know what I mean? I'm happy that he didn't let no one choose what he did, when he did it, and how he did it. You know what I mean? He took the initiative. He left, bro. He moved out. He left 18, bro. He left the house at 18. And fucking props to him, bro. Now he's living on his own. He's only 20 right now, and he's already on his own. I'm super happy for him, bro. I'm glad that he was able to make what he wanted when he was a kid happen in his adult life. You know what I mean? I fucking love him, bro. Joe Bart, great guy. Like I said, it's great that he didn't let anyone or anything put him in a box by just throw him in there. He broke out that box and he did what he wanted to do. That's the biggest thing you should take from this video, bro. Don't get put into a box, and when you do, break out that bitch. There ain't no rubric of how you gonna break out of it, but there's a rubric of how they gonna put you in it. There's a rubric how you get placed in a box, but there's no rubric of how you get out of it. So all that is on you, King. You got to figure that out. That's the whole journey in here, bro. That's the whole journey. That was the Paradox of Joe Bartolozzi by Colton Connelly. Good video. I enjoyed it. If Joe doesn't see this, I'll eat a dead possum. Good thing he's seen this, because now you don't got to eat a dead possum. Oh, thank God. Anyway, that's cool. Just Joe Bartolozzi in the One Piece. That's all right. Like I said, he's not a main inspiration to me, but if he was an inspiration, it would be for just not letting himself get automatically thrown into a box. That's what he would inspire me for. Not fitting into the rubric and being that one nail that sticks out the ground. You know what I mean? That nail that you step on and fucking gets lodged in your foot. Only because he doesn't want to be where all the other nails are. Fucking get you tetanus and shit like that. That's who Joe Bartolozzi is. He's that nail that sticks out the ground and you step on it and you get tetanus and your fucking foot falls off because that nail doesn't want to be with all the other fucking nails. And I think that is a fucking W. W Joe Bart. That's enough for the reactions.